Okay, this is The Art to Happiness. This is Shmuel Pollan, and we're talking about ways to become more happy by manipulating, which is kind of a negative word, more adjusting the way that we look at events using certain lenses, which are more optimal for our happiness. And the next thing we want to be able to do is view life through the music lens. Who doesn't love music? I haven't met anyone who doesn't. Even people who are tone deaf love it. Since you love it, you've got the music lens. You've got a good bass line with a good rhythm, with a good melody. It all works for you. So, the first thing you can do when you're anxious is play your favorite music. That will help. But we can find music in so many other things. Let's say you're number 10 in line at the movie theater and you're going to miss the previews. You're down. So think of it this way, you're experiencing a bass line, and that's a good thing. In fact, Meghan Trainor tells us it's all about the bass. There will be other instruments, there will be higher notes, but now is the time for the bass to have a solo. Think of it like that. When you're walking, walk in a rhythm, feel the beat. You love music, so you should like that too. Recognize the music of the songbirds. Go to concerts. Learn a new instrument. Pick up and play an instrument you already know. Go to the beach and notice the music of the crashing waves. Notice the music of the shell when you put them up to your ear. If you can, write a song. Even a bad song is still a great achievement. I found it interesting that a recent pop star named Olivia Rodrigo, in her most popular song, used the sound of the car beeping when you haven't turned in the ignition yet. Beep, 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 beep. And she turned that into the beginning of the song. So the air conditioner has a certain pitch as well. Notice the colors in your room. Each color has a different note, a different tone. Look how they all come together. Music is literally everywhere, and when you're experiencing music, you're experiencing joy and not anxious anxiety. So get into the groove. The third lens you can use is the game slash competition slash challenge slash fun lens. One of my mentors says, live life like it's a game and live the game like it's your life. Truer words were never spoken. More helpful words were never spoken. More anxiety-busting words were never spoken. So let's talk about games and competitions and challenges and fun. When you're having fun, I'm guessing you're not having anxiety, right? And fun comes from competition. Let's give an example. Arcades. Everyone goes to an arcade with their buddies, their date, or their children. Why? Because it's fun. And what do you find in there? Arcade challenges, basketball challenges, bowling challenges, pinball challenges, all sorts of challenges. It must be that challenges produce fun, and that's why we like playing games. Imagine you're at an arcade game, you've got the gun, you're shooting at the imaginary bad guys, and you're getting shot too. After a while, you get shot too many times, and the screen says game over. You hang your head a little bit, after all, you got out. Then there's a glitch in the machine, and the game comes back. You can now shoot the bad guys again. How happy are you in that moment? This is every kid's dream. They're playing it. It's not costing them any tokens. Everyone smiles when this happens. Stolen waters are sweet, Hasidic philosophy says. And it's an innocent theft. No one is getting hurt except for those bad guys. You're just having one hell of a good time. You feel so free in this situation, so alive, because you know you didn't pay. It's a freebie. So there's nothing on the line. So how well are you going to play? If it's free, you might think you wouldn't take the play so seriously. But we all know that's not the case. You play harder than ever. You get seriously serious about the game. Why? More fun. You get extra challenges, and challenges are only fun if you try to beat them. So you try to beat those bad guys. Now here's the question. What if that story about your arcade game wasn't just a story? What if your whole life was like that? That's the key to the game lens. If every challenge in the arcade game is fun, why isn't your son having a fit while having to figure out who's going to stay home from school? Also a kind of challenge, and therefore also a kind of fun. Why isn't the challenge of being stuck in a mile full of traffic and trying to stay centered fun? Why isn't knocking over some milk in aisle 1 as it gushes all over the floor fun? Dealing with that is just another game with a different name. If they made the milk spill into an arcade game, I bet you'd love it. You'd pay to be given that challenge. Here it is in real life with even better visuals. You should really love that too, no? You just don't hold on to that game perspective when you walked out of the arcade. You took off the game lens. You should have kept it on for the rest of the day. Because in truth, these are all just games. Some of our challenges are external, like getting yelled at by your boss. And some of them are internal, staying patient while a kid taps you on your shoulder. But they are all challenges, and they are all potentially fun. We just usually don't associate those kinds of things with fun, but that's our loss. Any challenge is fun. The only way it's not fun is if you have a bad attitude about it. In other words, you yourself ruin the game with your attitude, which means you covered the flashlight with your hand. You're blocking the light. To start the fun in those situations, you've got to put in the token. That means putting on this lens and saying, I'm in for meeting this challenge. Then you start to take action. You take off from work to nurse the child throwing a fit, win. To respectfully tell your boss, I've got it, and you don't need to yell, win, if that'll fly with your boss. You grab a manager for the spilled milk. Once you take action, you're in the game, you're a player, you're in. And you're all over this game. But the real trick is to realize that it's all a bonus round. Why do I say that? Because God loves you from the get-go. Life loves you. It doesn't? You can adopt any ideology you want in this short life. Why not adopt the one that makes your anxiety go away? You are essentially great. We learned that when we put on the art lens. We also learned it when we learned that our true self is a piece of God. You are infinite goodness at your core, and nothing can change that. And God loves you unconditionally. Even if you don't believe in God, nature certainly doesn't judge you. So in these 4 ways, your life is free play. So whatever you do with that milk, you're already a winner. What you do next is all a bonus. Watch how much confidence this produces in you. Confidence is key because most endeavors' failure can be totally overlooked by people when you hold on to your confidence. Drop the ball and stay confident. Drop the ball and lose all confidence. You'll get a totally different reaction from your team. The same applies to failing in the bedroom. Why can't we just imagine life as a game? That's an improvement for your emotions, but it's not near good enough. It's not good enough because we can fall back into the position of conditional acceptance, i.e., we're only going to be happy when we win the game and not when we lose the game. The key is you need to know that it's a game you already won. You already have the gold medal. This is bonus play. This is to score bonus points with God, with life.